For centuries, one creature has been the undisputed villain of our stories, the serpent. But what if that's only half the story? We're about to uncoil a hidden history, one that reveals the serpent not as a tempter, but as a symbol of wisdom, healing, and even divine transformation. So here's our game plan. We'll start with a paradox that totally flips the script. Then we'll go back to Eden, of course. After that, we'll explore the snake as this amazing global symbol of rebirth. And finally, we're going to discover the serpent's wisdom right inside ourselves. All right, so our journey starts, maybe surprisingly, not in a garden, but out in the desert, with this biblical paradox that really challenges everything we think we know about the serpent. I mean, come on. This is what we've all been taught, right? The serpent is the deceiver, the very symbol of humanity's fall from grace. It's the ancient enemy, the source of all our problems. But as you're about to see, the story is just not that simple. And here is the big twist. Right there in the scripture itself, the serpent isn't the poison, it's the antidote. The very thing causing the curse, when you lift it up, becomes the source of healing. This is the central paradox, and it unlocks the entire rest of the story. Okay, so now let's go right to the scene of the crime, the Garden of Eden, and see how a closer look, a deeper reading, flips this whole story on its head. Let's dig into the original Hebrew for a second. The word for serpent, nachash, doesn't just mean snake. It actually shares a root with the words for bronze and divination. So this one word connects the creature to gleaming metal, whispered secrets, and this deep, earthy wisdom. It was never just an animal. So you've got two totally opposite ways of looking at this. The traditional view, the serpent is a liar. But some early Christian Gnostics, they saw it as a liberator, a voice of holy wisdom telling a dangerous but necessary truth. In their story, the serpent didn't cause a fall. It actually triggered the painful but crucial birth of human consciousness. Now we're going to explore how this serpent's unique biology, the way it actually lives, made it this powerful worldwide symbol for healing, transformation, and eternal renewal. I mean, it seems completely backwards, doesn't it? We associate snakes with venom and danger, but the answer isn't in the serpent's bite. It's in this biological miracle that absolutely mesmerized the ancient world. Just think about it for a second. A creature that could literally shed its old, scarred, worn-out self and emerge glistening and new. Wow. It became the ultimate metaphor for healing, not just the body, but the soul. It taught us that we too could shed the scars of the past and be reborn. And this idea leads to one of the most famous symbols of all, the Ouroboros. It teaches a fundamental law of the universe. The serpent is both life and death, the beginning and the end. It shows us that every ending is really just the condition for a brand new beginning, a perfect, unbroken cycle. Okay, so from here, the symbol gets even bigger. It elevates from just a metaphor for rebirth into a full-on divine being, a creature that connects the mud and the stars. This is such a profound image. A serpent, bound to the earth, but it's covered in the feathers of a celestial bird. Quetzalcoatl represents the perfected human, someone who has integrated their primal earthly nature with their highest divine potential, a true bridge between heaven and earth. And this brings us full circle, right back to Christian philosophy, where that bronze serpent is seen as a direct preview or a type of Christ. The logic is sort of a divine homeopathy. The thing that carries the curse is transformed into the source of the cure. By looking at the cursed form on the staff or on the cross with faith, you are healed. All right, for our final section, let's bring this ancient symbol out of the history books and right into the human body. Let's see how it acts as a map for our own personal evolution. So in Eastern traditions like yoga, the serpent isn't some external god. It's the very energy of evolution coiled inside every single one of us. To awaken the serpent is to consciously direct your own growth, transforming raw survival instincts into higher awareness and eventually compassion. And look at this. In Chinese mythology, we see that creation itself requires balance. Fu, Xi, and Nuwa form this kind of cosmic double-helix, the male principle of logic intertwined with the female principle of creativity. Their serpentine union teaches that true wisdom, real creation, is born from the spiraling dance of these two forces. So what does this all come down to? What does it mean for us today? Well, the serpent's wisdom is about becoming whole. It's about having the courage to shed what no longer serves us, the drive to balance the different parts of ourselves, and the faith to find the medicine hidden inside the very things we fear the most. So you see, the serpent isn't a monster. It's the spiral in our own DNA. It's that quiet, persistent whisper of our own potential for transformation. This whole story, it was never about a fall from grace. It's about the righteous, necessary, and beautiful struggle to become fully human.